Hey, well, hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. I hope that everybody is doing well, living well, eating well, and all of the above, you know. So, yeah, I am coming today with a little cooking video that was requested after I did my Aldi haul. I had purchased some naan and this beautiful Mexican cheese and some, a few veg products. So what I normally do, and this is something that I do for Italian, Mexican, all kinds of dishes. Of course, just the seasoning changes, but what I do, and especially, it's actually, as a matter of fact, I guess it would be original to, well, I'm not gonna say original too, but like also I do my like my African stews this way as well. So I'm just going to be preparing the stew, or I guess it's a sauce or stew, whatever. But what I'm going to do is stew down some vegetables. And it's been really hectic. I didn't even think that I'd be doing this right now because I have just started a new program, which was really impromptu because I just happened to see it one day, and then we went through all of the process and whatever, and I was accepted into the program. But I wasn't really ready for that program. So I'm doing, I'm just trying to minimize everything that I'm doing right now because it's really a lot of a lot of coursework and whatnot, a lot of reading and coursework to do. So I am going to, what I have here, I've already cleaned these. I just have 2 Roma tomatoes. I kind of slithered off a little bit to put in something. I had a sandwich yesterday. So I just have 2 Roma tomatoes. I don't know if I'll use the whole, maybe just 1.5 or something like that, because I'm just making a small amount. I only have 2 naan breads left because I used 2 of them for it's the same thing basically, but I actually used a stew with rice and some beans. Oh my goodness. And spreaded it on and used that cheese on top. So it was so delicious. And I was like, oh man, this is just the stuff. So very soon I'll be making another African stew. I don't know if I've ever made African stew on my other channel, but I think I have. I probably did a lot of the jollof rice, but nonetheless, I'll be doing that, and probably some of our fish, like oven roasted whole fish, fresh fish and stuff like that, as time goes on. But like I said, I'm in a program now, so there's no telling. I'm barely eating. No, I'm not gonna say I'm not. I'm barely eating. That's just a tale. But I'm reducing whatever I'm eating. It's very quick. As a matter of fact, I will be. As I'm doing this, I will also pan fry a few pieces of salmon. So I got these Roma tomatoes. I have 3 sweet mini peppers and, 3 orange sweet mini peppers, 2 yellow. I might put another red in here because I do want some color involved. I have 2 small onions. And I love the heat, but well, actually, I don't feel like going in the freezer. The freezer is really a chaotic mess right now. But what I did find was 1 Scotch bonnet, or people call them habanero. Actually, a Scotch bonnet actually looks like a Scotch bonnet, like Scotch, like Irish Scotch, like those, like a tam, a beret. Like a beret. It's round and flatter, but we call them all Scotch bonnet, but I guess these are more of a habanero type of pepper, but the Scotch bonnet is like wider and, flatter, and possibly even hotter. They are delicious too, but I love these two because it's got a citrusy smell and stuff to them, but these, don't play with these because they will burn your eyes, it'll burn some stuff. So be very careful when utilizing these. So I just have 1, and it's, that I found inside of this baggie. There are probably more in there because I love to buy them, and when we buy them, we just throw them in the freezer so that we can always have them for meals. This is a top of a jalapeno. I got happy when I saw it. I was like, oh, this is Scotch bonnet, but then I remembered it's just a top of a jalapeno, and this is another part of a jalapeno. So I'll probably be using I don't need both of these. I think I'm going to just use the jalapeno because I want to save this for something, just in case I don't get to the store. Although I do need to get to the store. I'm going to be purchasing some walnut oil, avocado oil, and there's something else that I'm going to be getting as far as some oils are concerned. But let me tell you about the soup that I'm going to be making. And this is just a concept. This is just a concept. Hold on, give me a minute. So I have this lovely butternut squash, okay? So I want to make a butternut squash soup. Now, the way I want to make this soup, I want to use part of this butternut squash to roast, you know, dice it into cubes and roast it. And, you know, roast it. And then the other part, I will puree. Then with that, I also want to add some cannellini beans. And I want to use, I'm going to use a couple of, I'm going to cook down a couple of, what do you call them? Ham hocks. I have some ham hocks in the freezer that I want to get rid of. So I'm going to cook down like maybe 2 of those and use some of that, the broth, not the fatty part, but you know, the broth of it to give it this kind of like a smoky, delicious taste. I think I might use some of the parts of the meat. I kind of want something green in it, so I'll probably chiffonade or put some strips of collards in it as well. What do you think about that? That sounds, I mean, it's just a concept, you know. You know how I am. I make up my own recipes. I think about things. I say, oh, I think I'm going to put those things together and make something out of it. So, you know, because, yeah, but I thought that'd be good because I don't want just a puree soup. You know, I like some texture in it. So I think that's what I'll do. It might even have a little spice in it, like, I don't know, maybe a little cayenne or something, give it to, maybe to have a little heat. Then maybe not. But yeah, so this butternut squash pureed as well as roasted with the cannellini beans and probably, like I said, some strips of collard just to add some green to it. And in a broth, you know, the broth would have, it would be of the, what do you call it, the ham hock. So tell me what you think about that. But without, excuse me, just give me a moment. Okay, so I'm back. So I'm going to cut these up. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to cut these up and then I'll be cooking them down. I'm not going to do, I'd like to slow cook these down, so it'll take about 45 minutes. So once it is done, then I will come back, or I might come back to show you. But once it's kind of cooked down, at least maybe if I have 15 or 20 minutes to go, that's when I add my curry powder. I think I'm going to use this everyday seasoning. This everyday seasoning has in it, let's see, oh Lord, sea salt, mustard seed, black peppercorns, coriander, garlic, coriander, onion, garlic, paprika, bell pepper. Lord, there looks like a couple of other things, but I can't read them because I don't have my glasses on. So I'm just going to use that as my salt and pepper. I was thinking about using this, and I'll possibly use some thyme, some hyssop thyme. Anyway, but yeah, so let me get started. And I said I only have 2, so let me get started cooking this because I'm going to be killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Like I said, I'll be preparing the salmon. That is going to be for tomorrow's dinner, and I'll probably pair it with this yellow rice that is backwards. All right, hold on. Let me get this cut up. Okay, so I have chopped up my vegetables, and I have kind of roughly chopped them. I like them, some of them small, but a lot of them big, because once it's cooked down, I want, you know, to see what it is that's in it. And I did add more jalapeno. I just kind of thought what I had might not have been enough, so I did add a little bit more and whatnot. So tomatoes are chopped, peppers are chopped, And I only did 1.5 onion thus far. I don't know if I'm going to add more in there. The pot has been pre-cooking, so I think it's done. Just a tiny bit of oil, that's it. Just like a tablespoon of oil is all that's needed. And I wanted to give us a tip too. Now, if you know me, I'm a waste not, want not person. So all of this stem is going to be cooked down and eaten. I don't do it in everything, but a lot of things I do it in, as well as the seeds in here. They're going to be in here. But another tip I want to give us gardeners is to save these seeds. I save a lot of my different seeds. As a matter of fact, there's things that I grew this year. Oh, my pot is too hot. The things that I grew this year are from some of my my seeds. So I better not put that in there first, because I want to cut this jalapeno up some more. Give me a minute. But yeah, I do always say, like, especially if you get something unique, like a white what do you call it, a white eggplant, or you know, cucumber or lemon cucumber or something like that. I always try to save the seeds, especially if it's an heirloom seed, like if you got it organic or something like that. Yep. So I'm not going to put the, well, yeah, I was going to say I'm not going to put the pepper in, the jalapeno, but I am going to put that jalapeno in there now. That way some of it will cook off. I'm not a big jalapeno fan in my food. I love my Scotch bonnets and whatnot. Now, if it's, of course, if it's a Mexican or, you know, pico de gallo or something like that, I want that in there. But I'm not a really big jalapeno. Oh, the little heat is getting in my throat. I'm not a big jalapeno fan for some reason. I shouldn't say not a big jalapeno fan, but there are certain things I like it in. Jalapeno is for certain foods to me. And I will not season this until maybe about 20-25 minutes in. That's when I'll start doing my seasoning. And I think I'll just use this. So yep, I'm just gonna let that cook down. I'll let it stay up high for probably 10 minutes. Then I'll turn it down and uh-oh, I'm jumping my hand. Then I'll turn it down. Maybe I can show you. And then I'll cook it. Yes, then I'll turn it down. So I'll be back once when it's cooked down some. So normally I would put do not disturb on my phone. But I did not, and had a lot of disturbances, and which means that I need to figure out where I lost footage here, because I definitely had. This is beautiful. Oh my goodness, that is perfect. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh, I know a lot of people, I think they start with skin side down. I like to start with my meat side down, my flesh side down. Let me see here what the one-hand bandit can do. Ooh, this one is beautiful as well. These are going the same way. Let me see if I can make them opposite side. So I just have on here the normal, well, I shouldn't say it's really the normal, but there's a smoked paprika, there's a really hot pepper that I have on here. I think I put the everyday seasoning on there, and there's no salt and pepper, is there? You know what, there's no salt and pepper on here. I better put a little bit on. I don't think I put any salt and pepper on here. I hate that when I do that. But that's okay. I think it's time. I'll just put the lemon on there now. Because I still would like for it to be, well, I might have to do that when I have a free hand. So the, this kind of hot. I just turned this up. I just turned this up some. So it's doing its thing. It's really, you could have it as fresh as you want it. Like I cook it down, but I cook it as well. Excuse me, just a moment. Just as well, maybe just have it on for about, 15 or 20 minutes. So this is really good as far as I'm concerned. I normally cook it down more, especially if I'm doing a sauce for something or whatever. But because I'm going to be laying this on a naan, I guess I can just do it like this. But let me see, because I'm a little thicker. I'm going to taste it. I don't know if this has enough curry in it. That curry, man, curry is so delicious. Especially when you have a good, very, very good curry. Sorry, I'm getting the stove and not, and this is probably so spicy too with that jalapeno on there. But let me test it and I'll come back. Okay, so I believe that this is good and done. I'm preheating. Oh, this looks so beautiful to me. I am now preheating my oven and I'm waiting for it to warm up, get to the desired temperature, which is like 360. Oh, I didn't even take the cheese out. So my fish is done. I've squeezed another lemon on top of it. It is smelling amazing in here. So I'm going to put this on it once I have it out. And when I tested it, because everybody, everybody's different, but when you're testing your food, you don't test with the utensil that you're using. You use a separate utensil and keep that utensil actually separate, although this is different, but keep this, separate from your cooking utensils or whatever, because you don't want to spread any germs on your, in the food or anything like that. But this is looking gorgeous, and you can use this on this is just my base that I use for so many, foods and whatever, and my family loves it because it is really such a delightful taste. That curry in there, oh my goodness, these vegetables all marrying together, and oh, it's really, really beautiful. I'm not going to put too much on. Oh, I have it on the pan on my smaller baking sheet, and I lined it with a little aluminum foil because I am going to be using cheese, and I don't want this to be too messy. I have a big day ahead of me tomorrow, lots of homework, assignments, and I'm going to be dehydrating some of my vegetables. I have my dehydrator ready. I've already washed and sterilized some jars. I only have 8 that I'm going to be I don't think I'll be using many more. I do have many more jars, but I'm just going to use, there it is. It's time. Just going to use those 8 thus far. But yeah, I'm going to dehydrate for probably about 8 hours, 6 or 8 hours, just different things. And we'll see. And I shouldn't be trying to savor some of this. I should just put all of this on here. But I wanted to save some because I'm going to be having the rice tomorrow. But I guess I just might as well just put everything on here. This is going to be some type of snack meal. It depends. But yeah, this is really, really, really flavorful. And I really didn't need salt. I just wanted to put a little salt on there because there was salt in the everyday is that what it's called? Everyday seasoning? Yeah, everyday seasoning from Trader Joe. There is salt in it, but it's not like a heavy salting. So just wanted to put that in there. Let me put this cheese, a little bit of this cheese on top of here. This cheese is nice. I mean, if you are somebody that makes like a an occasional mac and cheese or something. This cheese is really nice. I loved it. It's and it looks like a Gouda to me. It looks like a smoked Gouda that is shredded, but it's not a smoked Gouda. One of my favorites. I love smoked cheeses. Anyway, so I'm just gonna lather this on here. Yeah, I'm saying lather instead of slather, and I shouldn't be saying either. But yeah, there I am. And sometimes what I do with my, I think I'm going to, let me see what I have. I like put some seasoning on top of this as well. This is a lot of cheese, Saida. This is a lot of cheese, but it is what it is. But, oh, there's pepper right here. Let me see. I think I'm going to put just a little pepper, a little dusting of pepper on top of here, just for the added, you know. And you can put any type of seasoning on top of here, on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Because I like flavors, and I like layered flavors, you know what I mean? So this shouldn't be any more than about 10 minutes. I'll be right back. You know what, I'm sorry, I don't know if I even showed it well or what you got, but this is, oh, don't you lose this, girl. So this is it, with that dusting of the pepper on there, but it just, I'm going to put it on, it's on 360. I'm going to keep it in for about 10 minutes. And this fish is looking perfect. It is so flavorful and so delicious. I can't believe it. As you can see, down in that little corner, I took a little corner off of there. But it's perfect. It's perfectly seasoned, and it's done to perfection, and it's just right. Love the colors. Ooh-wee, look who we have here. So it's done. I don't even think it was 10 minutes. That cheese melts really, really good. So it's done, and I mean, you can pair this with a salad, with soup, or you just have it by itself. I prefer like having a salad, like some really different vegetables, like leafy and green, when you're eating cheese like this and this bread. But it's done. They say keep it in for about 5 minutes or something, so that it gets nice and crispy. As you can see, it looks nice and crispy and toasted and whatever. So yeah, I'm going to let this cool, and then I'll plate it. And yeah, I'll be back. So like I said, it is done, but it is, look how delicious that looks. Look at that little oil on there. And it's so gooey. I almost didn't make it, because this will be a good piece of pizza cheese as well. I think I'm going to probably make some. Look how gooey. Oh my goodness, look at that right there. Now, I don't recommend somebody eating this all the time, but every now and again, go ahead and do your thing now. So if you're like I am, I don't, see all of this goodness that's left in this pan. I put it a little bit of oil in here, because what I did, and you can see these are some sun-dried tomatoes, orange and the red, or yellow, whatever, and the red. What I'm going to do, I took the liberty to slice up some onion, more the sweet mini peppers. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and make my the yellow rice that I'm making. I'm going to go ahead and make it in that same pan that I started off in. Because, why not? This, it's already got those good flavors are in there and whatnot. And you might as well. And my hands are clean, of course, so don't worry. And my counter is clean and sanitized, because it's not enough to clean. We have to disinfect and sanitize after we do our cleaning as well. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to let this cook for probably about 5 minutes. Then I'll go ahead and add the rice in. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for cooking with me. Hope you enjoy. Hope you try this recipe. There's a beautiful panini, recipe on that naan package as well for I think it's roasted chicken and arugula, which looks so delightful. I love arugula and different mushrooms as well, different leafy greens. So yeah, that's and then I think pesto. They have a recipe for the pesto, or either you could just use a pesto. Walnut pesto would be delicious to use on there as well. So anyway, bon appetit. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you get an opportunity to make this for yourself. This is so so delicious. Those vegetables, the different flavors, the curry, you know, the tomato, the peppers, the onion, you know, oh my God, it's delightful. And this is looking beautiful too. This is looking beautiful, and this is just, you know, it looks like a lot of oil, but remember, this is going to be rice, so water is going to go in here, a couple of cups of water and whatnot, because I know a lot of people, oh, that's oil, too much oil. It's not a bad oil. This is a good oil. There are bad oils, and there's good oils, and there's too much oil, and then there's just enough oil. So that's how you have to do it. But anyway, bon appetit. Hope you enjoyed this video again. Love you very much. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey to making this naan. Hope you do get a chance to try it yourself. It is really awesome. Or you could just do it as a pizza, because that's, oh, it's so good. Let me get off of here so I can get to my food. I love you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.